you'll be having your an. Can you tell me what is this and what is this? It will be 1 by n, 1 by n, how many times? N times. So it will be n into 1 by n. What about this? N times 1 upon square root of n square plus n. Okay, so this is 1 that is greater than equal to an, that is greater than equal to n upon square root of n square plus n. So you already know this converges to 1, but what about this? तो पहले इसको सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा ना. Let us see, limit n tending to infinity n upon square root of n square plus n. How will you solve this? Yes, how will you solve this? Very nice. Divide numerator and denominator by n. If you divide numerator, you will be having, this is n tending to, you will be having 1. And if you divide n और n को square root में डाला तो कैसा आएगा वो? It will be n square plus n upon n square. Do you agree? And can you see the final answer? This is 1 upon square root of 1 plus 1 by n. And you already know 1 by n ऐसा आया तो that will go to 0. So your answer is 1 upon square root of 1 plus 0. That is 1. You agree? Yeah. So lower bound is converged to 1, upper bound converged to 1. So you can say by Sandwich theorem, limit n tending to infinity en equal to 1. So now make sure whenever you see something, some series like this, you should not directly answer that this converges to 0. I hope you understand now. Correct? You must think little bit. You may get some question in your exam, something like that. Here it was okay. जो भी गेस किया था तो उन्होंने वही मिल गया, but we proved it by Sandwich theorem. Correct? We didn't do the guesswork there. So whenever you see this type of question, you should do like this. Otherwise, you will be stuck somewhere. Okay? Do you want one more question like that, or should I go ahead? Okay. En is equal to say root of n square plus n minus n. Suppose this is your an. How will you do that? Yes, how will you do? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल whenever you see square root, अभी तक मतलब हम लोग को यही सिखाया गया कि कहीं पे स्क्वायर रूट दिखा तो क्या करने का. Yes, what is the first thing you will do when you see a square root? Hello. Whenever you see the square root, क्या करने का फिर? Conjugate ना? Why you guys are taking so much time to answer? Yeah, so you just multiply and divide by the conjugate. That is n square plus n plus n. In numerator, what you will be having now? This is root of n square plus n plus n. In the numerator, it will be n square plus n minus n. So n will get cancelled. Correct? Oh, sorry, n square. It will be n square. No? N square will get cancelled. You will be having n upon root of n square plus n plus n. This is your an. Okay, how will you do that? That is quite simple. You can directly do that by dividing n. But still, if you want to do by Sandwich theorem, then also you can do. I thought we must use sandwich. You can directly do, na? If you divide by n, you'll see यहाँ पे 1 होएगा, यहाँ पे 1 होएगा. Here n square will be 1 plus 1 by n. Can you see the answer? Where does this converge to? Hello, can you see this? Where does this converge to? Hmm. Oh, uh, is this converge to 1? Anybody else? 1 by 2. Yes, 1 by 2. You just have to divide by n. So once you divide by n, यहाँ पे आएगा तुमको 1, यहाँ पे 1, and here also 1. So it will be 1 upon 2. But still, if you want to use by sandwich theorem, then you can do. So you can write this as n मतलब क्या? It is added n times. Still you can do by sandwich theorem. Yeah. So this question is now as the we are doing in the previous one. So we have to take a bound for this. That's it. Root of n square plus n. So how will you decide a bound for that? So you must start n square is less than equal to n square plus n. That is less than equal to n plus 1 the whole square. What else? अपने को क्या चाहिए? n square plus n हो गया, फिर इसका square root चाहिए. So taking square, so it will be square root, it will be n, it will be root of n square plus n, and this is less than n plus 1. Correct? What else? और क्या चाहिए अपने को? Plus n चाहिए. So you need to add both the side n, so it will be 2n, that is less than equal to root of n square. Not able to write there. N square plus n plus n, and that is less than equal to, this will also become 2n plus 1. Do you agree? Now what else you want? You want 1 upon करके n times add करना है. That's it. That is quite easy. I hope you can do. Or should I complete? You will be having 1 upon 2n, that is greater than equal to 1 upon root of n square plus n, and that is greater than equal to 1 upon 2n plus 1 शायद. Let me check. Yeah. What else you want? अभी अपने को क्वेश्चन में क्या चाहिए? What is my an? An is n times. Correct? That is n times adding. So you can just simply multiply by n. So if you multiply by n, so it will be n upon 2n, that is greater than n upon that, that will be your an, that is greater than n upon 2n plus 1. Now can you see this converges to 1 by 2? Whether this converges to n से divide किया दोनों side, this also converges to 1 by 2. So what is your answer? an converges to 1 by 2. Yes. Even direct भी ठीक था ये. ठीक है. Hello. Yeah. Okay. So let us go ahead and prove a most important theorem, that is called, I'll change the color, monotone convergence theorem. Okay, so monotone convergence theorem करता क्या, पहले वो देखते हैं. It is a technique. It may help you to prove whether a sequence is convergent or divergent. It is a nice technique, you will see. Let us write first. What is the statement? It has two statements, the first and second. First is every monotonic increasing sequence in R which is bounded above, which is bounded above is convergent. Okay, and the second one would be, can you auto complete this second one? Yes, can you auto complete that? If I'm talking about monotonic increasing, so decreasing के लिए भी रहेगा ना? So every monotonic decreasing sequence in R which is bounded below is convergent. Correct? Do you observe something? When your sequence is monotonic plus bounded implies convergent, or monotonic plus bounded implies convergent. करेक्ट. मोनोटॉनिक मतलब अगर मोनोटॉनिक इंक्रीजिंग हुआ तो बाउंडेड अबव, मोनोटॉनिक डिक्रीजिंग हुआ तो बाउंडेड बिलो. राइट, अगर इंक्रीजिंग हुआ तो बाउंडेड अबव, और अगर डिक्रीजिंग हुआ तो बाउंडेड बिलो. करेक्ट, implies convergence. And where this will converge to, that is what we will see in the proof. So is the statement clear to you? What we are going to do, is the statement is okay? Yeah. Okay, so shall we start? Let us see the proof. Proof is quite easy. We'll do the first one, and second one is for you as the homework. Okay, what are you given with in the first case? What are you given with? You are given with a sequence which is monotonic increasing and bounded above. Correct? You want to prove that is convergent. So let us start. Let En be a real monotonic increasing sequence and En is bounded above. En is bounded above. Okay. So what do you mean by bounded above? What do you mean by bounded above? That means there exists a M belongs to R such that En is less than equal to M for all n belongs to natural number. Do you agree? That is the definition of bounded above. Yeah. Now let me take a set. Let us set S as a set of all En such that n belongs to natural number. Okay. I am taking S as set of all En's where n belongs to natural number. So can we say S is non-empty? Can we say S is non-empty? How can you say that S is non-empty? Suppose if S is empty, then what? See, you want to prove non-empty, then you should consider suppose it is empty. Then only you can prove that it is non-empty, correct? Think about it. How does the set look like? Look at the elements of the set. Once you realize how the elements are, then you can clearly say. मतलब there is no element in the set, correct? So अगर सेट में एलिमेंट ही नहीं तो बाउंडेड कैसे रहेगा? करेक्ट. बाउंडेड का मतलब क्या है? लुक एट द नेक्स्ट ऊपर जो मैंने लिखा है, देयर एग्जिस्ट m बिलोंग्स टू r such that En must be less than equal to m for all n. अगर किसी n के लिए है ही नहीं तो how can I say the set is bounded? Yeah. Yeah. So shall we go ahead now? We is it clear that S is non-empty? So I will just write clearly S is non-empty. And do you also see S is bounded above? That is M is upper bound of S, correct? As En is less than equal to M for all n belongs to natural number. So that means S is bounded above. Do you agree? So what do you know about my set S? S is non-empty also and bounded above. Can I say something? By some axiom from unit 1, can I say something? When a set is both, uh, see what are the properties my set S is satisfying? It is non-empty and bounded above. Have you learned something in unit 1? A set which is non-empty and bounded above, will this have something? A set which is non-empty and bounded above. Can you say something about that set? Hey, come on, you guys are forgetting your unit 1. No, upper bound to M is an upper bound. What is special in that? Which type of upper bound? That is my question. Yeah, supremum उसको हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? Least upper bound, correct? Yes, exactly. So whenever you're, that is called LUB axiom. Do you remember that? By LUB axiom. What does that axiom says? LUB theorem भी बोलो तो अभी भी चलेगा. That S is non-empty and bounded above. Bounded above in R. Then LUB of S exists, correct? Then LUB of S exists. Do you agree? That is LUB axiom. So you can take let L is equal to LUB of S. Let us take L as LUB of S. Can I say that? Hmm? Now L is LUB, na? So that means L is an upper bound also. That means least upper bound है तो upper bound तो है ही. That means can I clearly see that En is less than equal to L for all n belongs to natural number? Yes. Least upper bound है तो upper bound रहेगा ही. So n is less than equal to L for all n belongs to natural number. Is that okay? Yes. Okay. Now one more property of upper bound. If you remember, since it is bounded above set, and ये तुम्हारा L रहेगा suppose least upper bound, and everybody other than this, everybody if you go this side, everybody is an upper bound. Do you agree? Correct. Means all your A1, A2, A3 सब लोग यहीं पे हैं. This is a pole for me. Nobody is lying there. Everybody is here. Correct. A1, A2, A3 and everybody. Yes. As I'm going towards, then I will be going towards L, but I will never cross this L. I'll never cross this border L. Okay. If my L is an upper bound, L is my least upper bound, what about L minus some epsilon? Let's take epsilon is positive. Let us take epsilon is positive, be any number. Then what will be my L minus epsilon? Will this be an upper bound? So L minus epsilon is not an upper bound. Hmm. Not not upper bound, not an upper bound. What do you mean by not an upper bound? That means L minus epsilon यहाँ पे है. That means there exists at least one guy who is bigger than L minus epsilon. Do you agree? What do you mean by not an upper bound? So if I say L minus epsilon is here, so not an upper bound means what? L minus epsilon से भी बड़ा कोई तो है. Then only it is not an upper bound ना. So there exists at least one boy who is bigger than L minus epsilon. Do you agree? And ये सेट के एलिमेंट कैसे दिखते हैं? A1, A2, A3. So can I say that there exists a n naught belongs to natural number such that a n naught is bigger than your L minus epsilon? First of all, do you agree with this string? Yeah, very nice. I'll just repeat it once again. Since see L is my LUB of S, so AN will be less than equal to L. And now I see that everybody will be here. L is a pole for me. If I take L minus something, say L minus some epsilon, epsilon be any epsilon, any number, then L minus epsilon is not an upper bound for me. Correct? Because L was my least upper bound. So if L minus epsilon is not an upper bound, that means what? There will exist at least one guy. तो मैं उसको n naught बोलता हूँ. I'm telling that boy as n naught. Correct? I'm telling that boy as n naught such that L minus epsilon is less than a naught. Is that okay? Is that clear? Now अभी तक हम लोगों ने कुछ यूज नहीं किया है अपने थ्योरम का. What is that? Did I use monotonic increasing anywhere? Did I use monotonic increasing anywhere? अभी तक कहीं पे? No, correct. So can I use it now? That means what is relation between E n naught, E n naught plus 1, E n naught plus 2 and so on? What is the relation between them? Once you are having monotonic increasing, remember the definition. All the time your terms is going to increase, correct? So if I'm having E n naught, then this will be less than equal to E n naught plus 1 and this is less than equal to n. Do you agree? Yes. So can I write by combining everything? Can I write something that is बोलो. क्यों सेम भी हो सकता है ना. इफ यू आर हैविंग अ कांस्टेंट सीक्वेंस देन सब सेम हो गए. क्या फर्क पड़ता है. मोनोटोनिक इंक्रीजिंग में लेस देन इक्वल टू है भाई. जो अगर सिर्फ लेस देन बोला तो दैट इज कॉल्ड मोनोटोनिक स्ट्रिक्टली इंक्रीजिंग. तो वो हम लोग ने डिफाइन नहीं किया है एंड दैट इज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर सिलेबस. और तो उसके लिए मेरे को मतलब पूरा थियरी चेंज करना पड़ेगी. या सो I just want to combine this and I want to write induction जैसा हम लोग लिखते हैं ना. So E n naught is less than equal to E n for all n greater than equal to n naught. Can I say this? Think about it. If you take any n which is bigger than n naught, so n naught से bigger कौन रहेगा? n naught plus 1, n naught plus 2, n naught plus 3 like that. So जो भी मैंने ऊपर लिखा है उसी को सेम ऐसा लिखा. Right, since En is monotonic increasing. Do you agree with this? Now you just have to combine everything. That's it. Is that okay? Okay. Now combining means what? You already know E n naught से छोटा कौन है? L minus epsilon. So can I write here? That is L minus epsilon. That is less than E n naught, and that is less than equal to E n for all n greater than equal to n naught. Can I say that? Yes. And you know some upper bound for E n. If you remember, yeah. Look at that. L is LUB of S, so En is less than equal to L. So can I still write En is less than equal to L? Maybe I'll write in the next step. Is that okay? That means L minus epsilon that is less than E n naught that is less than equal to E n and that is less than equal to L. Do you agree? Okay. Now do you see we are towards your final goal? What was our goal? To prove En is convergent. I'll just forget about En naught. I'll just write this. You're having L minus epsilon that is less than En and that is less than L that is less than equal to L hai. But if you add something in L then this will be something can I add L plus epsilon that will be always bigger than L. Do you agree? And since epsilon is a positive number so इसलिए मतलब it should be strictly bigger than. Do you agree? Here it was L. I'm adding something L plus epsilon. Yes. What else? That means L minus epsilon that is less than En and that is less than L plus epsilon for all n greater than equal to n naught. What else? इसके बाद flow होना चाहिए आंसर. That is minus epsilon that is less than En minus L that is less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to n naught. What else? That means mod En minus L that is less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to n naught. What do you mean by that? That means En converges to L. Yes, is that clear? Let us go back to the proof and see everything properly again. How did we start and everything? Yeah. So we started with let E and be a monotonic increasing and bounded sequence. So हम लोगों ने क्या किया एक सेट बनाया एक सेट S में जिसमें A n को रखा. And what is our claim? That S should be non-empty first of all. And what next? And non-empty तो है ही, that is quite clear. And what else? M is an upper bound for that set S. So that set S which is non-empty also and bounded above. By LUB axiom we have seen that if you are having a non-empty bounded above set then it will have a LUB. Yes, and that LUB को हम लोग ने L बोला. And this LUB है तो मतलब upper bound भी है. So I'll write En is less than equal to L for all n belong to natural number. Okay, that means what just मैंने draw किया वहाँ पे L is forming a pole for me. Everybody will lie in the left hand side. So if I take L minus epsilon, that is not an upper bound. Not an upper bound means what? वहाँ पे एक तो ऐसा बंदा रहेगा. There exists and not belongs to natural number such that L minus epsilon will be less than A and not. तभी तो मतलब not an upper bound का मतलब यही हुआ ना. E n not E n का कोई एक टर्म जो L minus epsilon से भी बड़ा हो गया. So what do you mean by that? Now we will be using the monotonic increasing है. So En naught is less than equal to En naught plus 1 that is less than equal to En naught plus 2 so on. So can I combine this and write En naught is less than equal to En for all n greater than equal to n naught, but we have some lower bound for En naught. En naught L minus epsilon is less than En naught and that is less than En, and you have an upper bound for En that is L. So n is less than L. So if I add something in L that is L plus epsilon या तो strict inequality आएगी. That is what in the next step. L is less than L plus epsilon. Now forget about L जो भी बीच में है. I'm just writing L minus epsilon that is less than En that is less than L plus epsilon and that's it. Is the proof clear to you? And what is this L? Do you understand now? Monotonic of sequence which is monotonic increasing and bounded above. Where does this converge to? Where does this converge to? It converges to least upper bound of that En. Do you agree? It converges to LUB of that En. Okay. Now can you prove the second one similarly? Second one is exercise for you. You need to prove every monotonic decreasing sequence in R which is bounded below is convergent. How will you start? try to write the proof by yourself. If you are able to write it, then only you can consider yourself that you have understood the proof, otherwise not. That part I'll give you as a homework. ठीक है? Yes. Okay, then I'll stop. Maybe in the next lecture I'll do some problems based on this. Thank you so much, everyone. Revise this and do the second part of the proof. Go back to the proof and see whether you can understand. In the second part, you will be using GLB, greatest lower bound. बोलो. Yes. Any doubt? प्रैक्टिकल्स आएंगे मतलब. हाँ हाँ वो एक्चुअली मैंने सेंड नहीं किया क्या. I'll send that. Practical 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll send that. And try to solve the practical questions, MCQs, and theory, everything. Keep solving.